What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for looting, my favorite part of the whole experience. This is the best. A tear gas grenade? What? Cool. We've got, like, hardware now. Pretty well stacked. What are you doing, man? He's doing the baggage dance. He loves looting luggage, and he doesn't get to do it very often. Beef jerky! One thing I couldn't make it through the apocalypse without. I love jerky. Tricycle playing cards. That's, of course, a play on the Bicycle Playing Card Company, which I think they manufacture like a huge amount of the world's playing cards, I would assume. There's also another company from the UK that makes a whole bunch of stuff like that. And then there's a Japanese... Actually, Nintendo used to make playing cards. I don't know if they do anymore. I'm sure they have some subsidiary somewhere that probably carries on the family business that they started out doing. Did I loot these, by the way? Maybe I should, like, check on that. Yeah, I did not. Because I am a giant noob. That one's got an arrow in it as well. Okay, so let's break down the door over here. He's a cop, so he should be able to... No, don't shoot the door! Oh, man, that was me being dumb. I messed that up quick style. Oh, yeah, shit, definitely. That's bad. Oh, dude, come on now. Oh, everything about this is terrible. Alright, well, go for it. We need this thing to go away before it does anything terrible to us. Oh, his AP are reset because he had to get up. When your character has to pick himself up, it means that they lose a whole bunch of AP. Okay. That was opportunity squandered, I guess. It's okay, though. Maybe Twiddle Time will come through. Oh, Twiddle Time, what are you doing, man? Come on now. Come on now. You guys are missing like crazy. Everybody that's watched the Nerd Castle knows that percentage-based hit chances just drive me crazy. It's just like one of my pet peeves, and yet I still play these games. That's the thing. Yes, reload forth your gun. There you go. Reload everything. I guess I'll just take him. Let's see here. The love of God. What does that say? The love of God means the fear of God. That's sort of... Alright. Not going to get into that today. We've got a couple of zombies over here. Was the zombie that wandered over the one that was over here? I guess it must have been. I suppose that it must have been. Okay, well... I'm going to set up right here. Let me see if I can go in for the kill real fast before he notices us. Alright. We still got the kill. I mean, the miss was a little bad. I don't know. Entering combat in this game is a scary proposition a lot of the time. It worries me. Hopefully the truck has gas in it. It's got Hanson's chewing tobacco and it's got pork rinds. My guitarist back in the day used to chew all the time. It was gross. He had to carry around like a bottle all the time that he just like spit in. Like, ew. That's gross. That's nasty. It's not an attractive habit. I'd be like, because he used to smoke and then he quit smoking, but in order to quit smoking he started chewing, and I was like, well, you're just like swapping one for the other, man. I'm gonna throw all of those into her medic bag since we're gonna be using it anyways. She's full up. Let me put them on solo mode real fast. Did I get in this unlocked car? I thought I put you on solo mode. Don't follow me. Nobody follow me. There will be no point in this rap where I'm like, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. I will not do that. That will not happen during this entire encounter. So you guys just stay where you're at. Go away. I don't love you. We have to be apart. Go back to the forest. That's always the worst part of like any movie, is when they've got to like kick the dog to make it go away so that it goes and lives on its own, or like they kick the wolf or whatever. He's like throwing rocks at it. That always upsets me. Because it's like mean, but you like have to be mean in order to make it go away and like live its life. It's depressing. It's depressing. I don't watch animal stuff anymore. Animal movies make me sad. Oh, we got another hammer. I'm actually going to equip him with the hammer fauche. Actually, the wrench. How much AP does the wrench use? 4. So I'll keep him... Oh. Well, it does 9 to 13. You would think a monkey wrench would do a lot more damage than that. A monkey wrench is a sizable... I would... Swinging a monkey wrench would be a giant pain in the ass, actually. So, let me guess. The claw hammer's better? The claw hammer's way better, and it costs less AP. Okay. Oh, no complaints from me over here in the peanut gallery. Let's continue forth. I wish that they had a place like at movie theaters called the peanut gallery, where if you paid less money, you could sit in the peanut gallery. That would make me happy. You, I want you to never, ever carry your gun again. This looks like a construction site, so it looks like we're going to be able to get quite a bit of good stuff from here. I'm hoping we don't have to make a second run. If we do, I will be saddened. There's also the possibility of looters being around, so we just kind of want to move around and see. Oh, good, more pallets. Yes, pallets, be inside my inventory. Inside my inventory. I feel so nice right now with the pallets in my inventory. We're going to use those to construct stuff. Is there anything with the toilet? The toilet is on cinder blocks. You know it's a rough neighborhood where they leave the tires and they put your toilet up on cinder blocks. Just steal the piping out from under it. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. I'm pretty sure I just heard the sound of coughing. Which means... You know what, Officer Joel? I'm going to have... Let's just get everybody in here so at least we can adapt to the situation if something comes up. But I'm going to keep my armored guy in the front lines. Nothing in here, so it's got to be up in that front room if it's anywhere. Let's go ahead and allow Joel to loot real fast. Get things out of the toolbox. Okay, another screwdriver. The screwdrivers don't feel like they're that useful to me. I mean, we've got a lot of them. Like, what would you need that many screwdrivers for? But I guess in a world where screwdrivers are no longer being manufactured, it's probably a useful thing to have around. So I guess I shouldn't complain. It's a commodity at this point. I guess I'm still thinking about, like, modern screwdrivers. Like, why would you ever need, like, 950 screwdrivers? I have 2 sets of screwdrivers. One really, really small one. I have a smallish set that I use for computer repair and for eyeglass repair. Actually, I use it for eyeglass repair more than anything now that I'm not working in IT anymore. And then I have a normal set too, because everyone should have a toolkit at their house. If you don't, you should strongly consider maybe getting one, because you never know when you're going to need a toolkit. That is for surely. Alright, so I think we're done over here. Everybody form back up. I think we're like done. I think we hit everything right here, and I think it's time to go home for a well-placed rest. Unless there's something I missed behind this fence over here. I don't know, there's a big field. Let's go take a look over by the lake, actually. I don't want to leave any area of the map unplumbed, so Oh, that's a considerable problem. That explains where the heavy breathing was coming from. That explains it. There you go. Don't apologize to the zombie. He's a total asshole. He exists by chewing on the flesh of your dead friends. Just don't even apologize. Be like, listen, yo, Dad, I'm gonna kill you. There you go. That's all you have to do right now. I guess I should be careful about the way I traverse this enormous field back here. You know there's gonna be like 600 dudes with rifles just hanging out by this little pond for some reason. I want to know how we fish. Like, how do we make fishing happen? Or is it just like you have to have a fishing pole on you, and then when you get to the proper node, you can take advantage of it? I don't know, but I'm going to keep a fishing pole on me from now. Where did the fishing pole go? There it is. Can I equip it? No. Does it go in an item slot, maybe? Or I think it's probably just like a passive item then. That, like, once you have it, you can deal with various fish-related situations. It'll tip the scales in your direction, I suppose. Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. It allows you to worm your way through any problem. I think, let me do my quick save real fast. I'm losing my train of thought right now. Losing my train of thought. I have no idea what I should be focusing on at the moment. And that means it's probably time to leave and, like, get back to doing things. And so, let's go back. We have a little bit of time left, so I may... Let's swing a little bit wide. We can make it back home with the time that we have right now. It's not too bad. So instead, what I'd rather do is I'd have like this little scouting party out here where we can sort of just go around the radius. And then once we start to run out of time, we can head back home. Encounter. Something smells like roadkill. I didn't even know that that was a thing. So apparently we're having an encounter right now. With what? It's just a car and a dead body. That we can see so far anyways. Okay, so a number of dead bodies. And that number appears to be 2. Anybody want a free road sign? Huh? You can put it up like a poster in your room. Oh, 3 zombies. Okay. Go over there because sometimes they turn around after you bludgeon them. I think I can actually probably do this more or less solo, maybe. Assuming I can sneak in on these little bastards. Alright. Rotten Ralph. Meet my hammer! This is my favorite side of my favorite hammer. The beady side! Ugh. Awesome. Claw hammer doing its job. Up to spec. I think I may... Move her to right here, possibly. And him to right here. I don't know if the car functions as a line of sight blocker. It seems like it does. But that at least puts them a little bit closer in case he gets himself into trouble before I can rescue him. And female corpse, time to get beaten with a hammer. I beat you for 50 damage. Whew. One less bad guy to worry. I don't think it's not a bad guy, it's a bad girl. But anyways, how do you know that they were terrible in their last life? She dresses sort of normally. I don't know if the way that you dress denotes what you do. I don't really think it does. I mean, this lady's dressed like a politician, so I think we can reasonably assume that she's probably evil, like more evil than any of these people. Like a politician or like a lobbyist or something. She got that power suit going on. I think that's all the Zeds. I think we took care of business here. I'll pick up the bullets. Nothing right there. I'm going to go through and loot all these, and then we'll take Joel back and we'll have him check the car. A couple free bullets out of it. I mean, at the bare minimum, a couple shotgun shells too, and some Spam. I always love Spam. Fry it, eat it raw, put it on a sandwich with mayo, put it in ramen. You know, there's a million things that I can do with Spam. Ooh, 2 gallons of gas. That's actually really, really good because we've been looking a little bit low on gas. I guess we will leave the zone one more time. Always auto-saving before I leave because my game crashes a lot. Get to have, oh, that's like the first time it's ever made me have like everybody go to the spot. Alright, we're going to go back to base now. I think it's probably going to take us till reasonably late to get there. Probably like 9 o'clock is what it's looking like. I get rid of the O. I just call it 9 o'clock. 8:05. We got there in better time than I expected. I don't know if I'm wasting nights right now, but all of our characters are basically full up on weight anyways, so I think we had a fairly successful day. Our first couple days were not quite as good as I wanted them to be. The following resources were stocked for later use. 78 food, 1 fresh food, 6 gallons of fuel, luxury items times 48, parts 19, antibiotics 17. Following data items were copied to the data system. Special items times 8. Good. Very, very good. Our stocks are looking fine. Let's find this generator. Where the hell is this generator at? Because it needs to stop. So I'm going to take a look around for the generator. If we can't find the generator, what I'll do is, I think it's got to be out here in the... I would figure that it's out here in the barn, maybe? I don't know. If it's a gas genny, you can't keep it inside. It'll kill you all with carbon monoxide or whatever the hell it is, but... I don't see anything here either. Jenny, where are you? Jenny, I love you. Jenny. Jenny. Where's the generator? Is it down in the basement maybe? Let's check the basement. I bet it's in the basement. I bet you anything it's in the basement. Generator. There they are. There's the jennies. So set the generator. Turning off the generator will immediately prevent upgrades that rely on electricity from running. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going to turn that off because we don't have that much fresh food anyway, so who cares? I think it'll turn off... What aspects of our well, let's dump everything in shelter storage real fast. Everything into shelter storage, and then we'll worry about other stuff. I'm actually just going to be like, no, select, no, no. There we go. I'm probably just going to do this easy mode and go like that. And then we can actually go back through and grab the 1 or 2 things that I want to keep. Is the gun unloaded? It looks like the gun is unloaded. It says 0 out of 8, so yeah, I'm going to assume. I may give the officer back his nightstick. He's been feeling lonely without it. It's a weird Freudian thing for him. I don't know. We got to give it back to him, otherwise he's going to sit around just playing with himself or something. Let's go and throw a machete in there. I mean, that's what you do when you don't have your nightstick, right? So see, there you go. That's how the whole thing works. I should probably bring epinephrine pill, or I should probably bring the adrenaline shot with me. The reason I say epinephrine is because it's one of my favorite words. Doesn't everybody have a favorite word? Well, it's my favorite word. Is that weird? I don't know. I like the word epinephrine. I won't apologize for it. We'll get some shotgun shells over here. Basically, what I'm trying to do right now is we'll use the smaller caliber ammo, like the 38s. And then when we need it later on, like when we're assaulting that campsite, for example, we'll come back in and we'll use the bigger stuff like shotguns and 9mm. Referring to a 9mm as the bigger stuff feels weird in this situation, but you get what I mean. Throw the tear gas in there. We've got the EpiPens. Since you can't hand stuff in between characters too, it kind of makes me wonder if we should put EpiPens on multiple people. Might not be a terrible plan. We've got, oh, I thought it said we had 30 screwdrivers. Like, wow, we have a lot of screwdrivers. Hopefully somebody that really, really needs a screwdriver comes by and we can extort the bastard and just be like, ha, enjoy paying ridiculous prices for something that is relatively easy to find. Enjoy that. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this. There's no reason to have the shotgun shells in there because it gives me a better appraisal of how many shotgun shells we have if I take that out of there. We have, I think, handled everybody's needs. I think that's pretty much it right there. Yeah, we're looking good. I'm happy with it. Let's see here. Required for construction of certain upgrades. Oh, good. I didn't know the toolkit was actually going to be... I knew it was going to be useful, but I didn't know it was like a specific thing. It looks like we have a lot more food lined up in here. Like, if I ever got to a point in this game where it said we didn't have food, and then I looked at this room, I'd be like, so... should we... maybe this changes, actually, as you stock it? That'd be kind of cool. Like, the amount of stuff in here will vary depending on what your stock levels are at. Let's go have conversations with people, because we've had a couple episodes now of just, like, running around living the adventurous life. Let's see. Is there anything you'd like me to look for out in the field? She wanted deodorant and chocolate, as I recall. Is there anything you think would make things better around here? Well, honestly, in my opinion, the fence can't get sturdy enough. Okay, so we've already had that dialogue. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm a big rig driver. Heavy transport. I took it up shortly after Renee's father died. I hated to leave her, but I needed to support the family, and you know how it goes. I was on the road when I heard about how bad things were getting, and all I could think about was my daughter. I hightailed it to Baton Rouge to pick up Renee, and then we tried to make it home to Taos. Or Teos? I don't know. I've never heard of that city. You probably already guessed things didn't work out as planned. It's a good thing I've done runs through Texas multiple times, or we'd be stuck near Dallas. We started getting on these windy back roads in an attempt to get through the state, and even that started to be trouble. After a while, there just wasn't gas to be found anywhere, even in these tiny little towns. When that voice came on my radio letting us know about this place, it was like a sign from heaven. Anita sighs. We really owe Davis our lives. If it wasn't for him guiding us here, I don't even know if we'd be alive. What would you say that your skills are? Well, I'm not the sort of woman that knows how to brag, but okay, so we already had that one. What's it like in other areas out there? Well, you know what I think. It's the end of the world. I pray to God it's not. The signs are all there, though. The dead getting up and walking around. I can't quote scripture on it exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's mentioned in there somewhere. I've seen these things in the last week that I never thought possible. It's downright hellish in some places with all the bodies, fire, and gangs. For the first time ever, I'm glad Renee's father isn't alive so that he didn't have to go through all of this. I think I would rather go through this for a little while and still be alive. But then again, I'm the kind of person that's just like, I will live. I will survive. I just... positive thinking. Positive thinking, maybe. Let's see. Can you tell me about the other survivors of the crash? There were two. Elaine's been a wreck since they found her at the crash. She was pretty traumatized by something. I've tried everything I know to get to her, but maybe you'll have more luck. The other survivor had worse injuries than you. To be honest, there's not much I can do aside from change his bandages and wait. I see. Thanks. We'll go talk to this guy over here, Joel. It's weird that he still wears his radio, but I guess it makes sense. How bad is it out there? Well, they evacuated the town, so I guess that must mean it's pretty bad. I heard things over the radio about some of the cities. Like in San Antonio, last I heard it was on fire and the quarantine had failed. That's why the mayor chose to get everyone in Splendid to one of these state shelters. State shelters? Yes, sir. They set up quite a few. Bust almost everybody out to Kerrville last week. Supposed to have soldiers guarding the place and medical personnel, and I guess food and all that. Sounded real safe-like. Well, what would you say to make this place better? Let's see, I guess I sure would feel a lot better if the fence was sturdier. Never did much. Okay, so he's worried about that. I think we've already had all those too. Davis tends to be the guy, so we'll go talk to him. Then we'll go upstairs and talk to the depressed lady or the broken lady. She's shell-shocked. I have the medical supplies we need. Great. I'll give those to Renee. I'm sure she'll have our mystery man on his feet in no time. Davis takes the medical supplies and begins to look through them. Let's see here. Anything that would improve your mood? Well, I wish I could call my daughter, but more realistically, I guess I could use real coffee beans. That'd make monitoring the radio easier. Deodorant would be nice. It gets a bit hot in here most days. I'll let you know if I come across any. Radio, what you got for me? I don't really know what's going on out there. I really don't. I know there's been an infection, and I know business as usual is on standby. I heard rumors that the dead are getting up, but you read a lot of things on the internet. I still don't have a hoverbike or a bottle kitten, so I'm sure it's just an exaggeration. This one stinks of people jumping to conclusions, as they so frequently do. I don't know. All I know is these walls, this dirty console, and those faded country pop star posters, and a whole lot of wall in the middle of nowhere. Packed up in the car. Wait, what? Oh, all I know is these walls. I read that with the wrong inflection. Packed up the car and headed out the minute I started reading the blogs over a week ago now. It might be safe here, but sure. It's boring. Maybe I should have had a co-host, someone to play toilet flushing sounds with once in a while. But I don't, so I'm relying on you people listening to prove that I'm not talking to myself. I have a radio here and I'm monitoring several frequencies. Let me know the truth of what's going on and I'll be sure to get the message out. Until then, I'll be gabbing away and playing music that I like. Although when a DJ has complete autonomy in this day and age, perhaps it's a sign that something has gone horribly wrong. Anyhow, here's I Want to Disbelieve You by the Comb Meanies. Have a good one, Hill Country. Okay, so that's been handled. Let's go upstairs and have a conversation with our friend. It was so close to me. It would have been me, and it should have been me. I wish I had died that day. Maybe you owe it to the ones who died to keep going. Or I could tell her she survived for... I'm pretty sure this is just a check. Like you're saying that you're going to make a negotiation check, and we have no negotiation skills. So I don't think so. Maybe you survived for a reason. Maybe. I need some time alone. Please. Alright, feel better. I know I swore at you yesterday, but feel better. Does that make it go away? You'd be like, I'm talking nice to you now. Don't be angry. I suppose... Oh, we need to do... Let's go. I'm going to go back over here. I need to check on the things that we should be working on for the remainder of the day. Let me do that. And so that's going to be... Over Mia. Is there anything on the playground? I assume we could break that down to get a bunch of nails and stuff out of it. I mean, a playground's not really going to help us that much. We could take the ladders and use them as standalone ladders instead of monkey bars. Job board. So did things get done? Oh, you have to run electricity for that upgrade to work. Okay. Well, then let's start on... What is the well going to cost us? Because the well is a pretty good call. +5 morale and 1 food per day. Mechanical skill, it takes 30 parts to get the well up and running. Produces a small amount of food daily. +1 chicken per day. Yeah, let's get started on the well. How long is that going to take? She's off duty right now, but I may also put Davis on it, depending. Can he help with it? Yeah, it looks like he can. So let's go ahead and we'll sit that on down. Now that you've gotten the fence repair job at least underway, you're ready to tackle the remainder. Oh, it's giving me the same tutorial things. Be mindful of how you're... okay. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and go sleep for the night because there's not really much else for us to accomplish here, I don't think. In we go. At the bare minimum, it looks like our bed's kind of comfy, and I feel better about being on the second floor for some reason. We should come up with some kind of defensible space, in case we have to anyways. Stairwells are easy to block off. We should come up with some way to block it off if we have to. Even if it's just boards across the walkway that the zombies have to climb over. It keeps us a little bit safer. Technically, I would board over one of these. Like, I would board this up right here, and then I put boards over the top of it as well, so it's no longer a stairwell. Then I would use this one right here, probably board it up. Although that leaves Davis in a bad situation because he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, that also locks us off from the bottom facilities. But what I'm saying is that I would get one of those safety ladders that you can buy at any hardware store. It's like a fire escape ladder. They're like it's a chain ladder, essentially. You could hang it from right here so we climb down to the bottom floor if we have to, but then there's no access to the top floor by foot. That saves us from other looters, and it saves us from zombies. It's a plan, but it locks Davis out of the top floor, which is unfortunate. We'd have to come up with a way around that. Let us end forth the day. Okay, so we didn't use any fuel today. That's good. That's really, really good. We've got morale. So they lose morale for no electricity. That's fine. I'm actually... We've got one disgruntled ally, unfortunately. Okay. So we'll have to handle that. Food consumption's down by 18. Antibiotics had to be used 5 antibiotics? On who? Fresh food. Okay, so that's alright. Basically, we need to... Our morale is kind of iffy. We need to make sure that this doesn't get too bad for too long. I was just checking on the food supply this morning. To be honest, the pantry's seen better days. I know a place where we might be able to stock up, only, well, I don't know how safe it is. What's the problem with it? Well, the store in question, that'd be the Bargain Owl near Mason. Now, I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks ago the police had to break up all kinds of fights at supermarkets on account of folks panicking. See, I figure if there's any food left, someone's bound to be watching over it. Of course, Mason was evacuated too, so maybe not. Of course, it could be full of those things, but then also maybe not. Alright, just mark it on my map. There. I marked it down for you. Let me know if you want to head over there. I'll think about it. Let's have a talk with her. She looks at you timidly and sobs. Just go away. Why? Help me understand. Why are you making this so hard? You of all people should... She breaks down and goes into a crying fit. You don't think you'll be able to talk to her again for a while. You've been crying for like 5 days straight. Like if you're eating our food, you need to be like contributing. And so you can stop crying or you can go straight out the front door. I don't want to be a dick about this, but you're eating our food while not contributing to anything. It's a hard world that we live in right now, but it's a world nonetheless. So who's disgruntled, actually? Let me figure out who's disgruntled right now so that I can maybe think about fixing their attitude over the course of the day. Let's see. So they're working on the well. It says that's going to take 48 hours, so it should be done on day 8 at 9 o'clock. Yikes, that's a long build. Alright, well, we'll have to figure it out. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I will see you all in the upcoming episode. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.